shiny cars and shiny wheels. That's what we want around town. All right, Campbell County, welcome to Blue Hippo Car Wash. We're a family business here, and we built here in Campbell County because we moved down here to Tennessee 4 years ago, and we were tired of our dirty vehicles. So this led us to thinking about building one of our signature car washes in this area, not only to help ourselves, but to help you guys as a community drive a clean, shiny vehicle. I'm here today with my brother, Troy. We've been in the business for 25 years building these Blue Hippos all over the United States, and we're really excited to get you guys to come down and see this wash once we're open here in the very near future. Troy, we want to tell them a little bit about our belt technology that we use here in the tunnel and how it's safe for everyone.
So the most important part is just making sure that your car is in a safe condition. So when you pull up to this belt, you're going to notice it's quite unique to a tunnel is there's nothing on the floor. So what it is kind of like a floating floor at your airport. Actually, everything underneath the car is going to move, and there's going to be nothing surrounding you. So the vehicle is safe. We don't have to worry about low-profile tires. We can even accept dualies. So it's just a very safe configuration for your vehicle. Travis and I, since the very beginning of car washing, our number one priority is making sure your vehicle is in its safest possible condition it could be to go through that wash, and at the same time provide you with a wash that you're going to be really happy about and exceed your expectations.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our washes are very safe, but also easy to use. So for the elderly community and people that are very uncomfortable in these type of washes, our environment is very easy, slow, real nice, easy turn ins and outs, easy loading, very simple process from in and out. It's very easy for everyone. We also offer the largest tunnel in the area. It's 145 foot of washing. This gives us the ability to do all kinds of things. We have a VFD controlled wash system that controls the pressure against your vehicle. It controls how much chemical goes on. It controls how the car dries. We have a buff and shine at the back of the tunnel that when the car's done being dried, that actually finishes it and gets all the water off the vehicle. And also we have Turtle Wax products, which are the top of the line in the industry. We do not spare any expense in our wash process. We're here to clean the car better than anybody in the area and to make sure that all our customers are very, very happy. The ceramic application goes on. It protects your vehicle from the sun and the elements in the wintertime, the sodium chloride, the salt that goes on the road. It protects it from rust and corrosion. And it's just a great total package from start to finish. Biggest thing that we've got, Troy, to talk about here today is the memberships that we have. So tell everybody here in Campbell County about joining the membership club here at Hippo.
Yeah, what's unique here is like Travis said there. So it's literally going to be a monthly fee, just like when you go to your gym membership. So it's going to be $19.99. It's going to be your intro wash package. You're going to be able to wash once a day every day. So you can make sure that car stays clean and keep Campbell County looking, 100%, looking like a 10. So.
Yep, shiny cars and shiny wheels. That's what we want around town. Also, too, we offer fleet wash packages. These fleet wash packages, we partner with local businesses. So if you have a fleet, we go ahead and take care of you that. We get you one monthly fee for your fleet. We also do a bunch of fundraising opportunities with school systems and schools, churches, all around the community. If you want to have a fundraiser with Blue Hippo, we can provide you a way to make some money for your organizations. We're here for the community. We're here to be a great part of this community, and we really look forward to you guys coming down and experiencing this great car wash here at Blue Hippo.
This is Election Coverage 2024. Brought to you by WLAF and proudly presented by the new Blue Hippo Car Wash in La Follette. Stay tuned for up-to-the-minute results, expert analysis, and a look at how our local elections are shaping the future. Join us for every update right here on WLAF. Stay tuned.
Hey, good evening. Welcome into election coverage 2024 at WLAF, city, county, states, national. We're concerned in Campbell County and La Follette and Carrollville tonight here on our complete coverage brought to you by the Blue Hippo Car Wash, along with Susan Sharp, Jim Freeman here on WLAF, and we're glad you're along, Susan. Hopefully not too long of a night tonight, but the lines have been long today, as we've understood, around Campbell County for folks to vote.
They have been. From what I've understood, there were quite a few long lines at the precincts up the valley. So people have been very interested in this race, Jim.
Early and later in the day at the Armory at Jacksboro, it's been at one time no place to park out there. It was so busy today, but great turnout. Almost 9,000 early votes cast.
You know, and if you think about it, that's about how many people voted in the August election, and I don't think it may have even been that much in general, let alone in early vote.
So it'll be interesting just to see what kind of numbers we do wind up totally here tonight on Election Coverage 2024. Our thanks to our friends at Winter Furniture Company, Robbins Roofing, Guttering, and Siding tonight here as well, plus the Blue Hippo, and we're glad you're along tonight too. We will I guess probably aside from the presidential race, certainly the city race in La Follette has drawn a lot of attention. 10 folks vying for 3 seats in the city of La Follette.
That is a crowded field. I don't care how you look at it. And don't forget, we've also got the package store referendum for the city of La Follette, which is historical.
It is, and that is a to permit or not to permit decision, and we'll see how that shakes out tonight as well. But again, almost 9,000 early votes cast here in Campbell County for this 2024 election. A couple of folks unopposed. Dennis Powers, he's with us here tonight. I think he's mustered up maybe one vote somewhere to keep his seat as state representative.
If he didn't, I wouldn't go home.
And Dennis is here with Raywin Snodderly and a special presentation. And Dennis, we'll let you take it away here for us and go with Raywin. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Jim. And as I always tell everybody, I may not have an opponent, but I have a lot of opposition. And so fortunately, I was able to, that's a little joke, Raywin. But anyway, I'm glad to be here with Raywin tonight. I had a special presentation signed by the governor and Randy McNally, our lieutenant governor. But earlier this year, and we've not got to meet with her, and our schedule hasn't worked out. But Raywin was actually in a life-saving event for Patti LaBelle, and I used to listen to her back in high school. I think they called her the godmother of soul, but had a great voice. And you want to tell us a little bit about that, about what happened exactly? Or?
Well, it was kind of crazy. I was with a group of people from La Follette, and we were down in Destin, Florida, and it's anyway, we were out to dinner, and how we ended up there, we were supposed to come home, and then we had a flat tire, and then we couldn't get our tire fixed, and long story short, we ended there a couple extra days. And so basically the short of it was Mom stood up and said, somebody's choking, and Martha Hill said, get over there and help them. And so I performed the Heimlich maneuver and I of course knew Patti LaBelle, knew who she was, but did not recognize her. She had big glasses on, and so after it was all over and all that, she came over and said, thank you so much. I don't know if you know who I am. I'm Patti LaBelle. And I went, whoa, what? Oh, what? Man. Oh, So anyway, it happened so fast, but she was fine. And she quickly left with her entourage afterwards. But they were very kind to host the rest of the group the next night at her benefit concert that she was hosting there, and brought Martha Hill on stage and presented flowers. Of course, I wasn't there. I was already back home. Right. But so it was a kind of crazy night, but I just did what I'm trained to do. So really.
Well, that's great. I actually went through an event like that one time. I had to give somebody CPR, and they lived and still living today. And it was 35 years ago. And I just remember I thought I was going to have CPR after it was over with, because I just sat down and you just do it without thinking. Yes. And fortunately, I had been trained to do that when I worked at Oak Ridge. But it's just really, it just takes it all out of you. I mean, after it's over and done and you think about what might have happened or what could have happened, I'm sure you had to look back and think, gosh, you just do it.
It was scary. She's a larger lady, and with stature and height, she does not look that tall on stage, but in person, she's a very, very tall woman, very broad-shouldered. And as it went on, it became scarier because it wasn't moving, and all I could think was, "Oh dear, what do we do?" But your adrenaline kicks in, and you just you go with it. So.
Yeah, that's true. And you just look back and think, how did you do it? And so I wanted to present this to you, and it's a House Joint Resolution from the House of Representatives. And, of course, the Speaker of the House and the Governor and everybody has signed it. But we're just very proud of you and proud of what you've done. And thank you for stepping in and saving a life when it needed.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is Election Coverage 2024, and Susan, let's talk about some names, the folks involved in this election here tonight. The mayor for the city of La Follette race involving 4 individuals: Johnny Burge, Philip Farmer, Scott Kitts, Buford Prophet, and then we have 6 candidates up for the city council, which will be a 2-person winner tonight.
Two seats.
Two
Six
seats up
people.
for grabs, right?
So we've got Tyler Dumont, Mark Hoskins, former councilman, Jimmy Marlowe, Mike Evans, who has run a couple of times, Wayne Kitts, a current councilman, and Johnny McDonald. So we've got six gentlemen going for those 2 seats tonight.
We have 1 county seat is open. That is due to the resignation of Scott Kitts, and that is in Campbell County District Number 2, and that candidate is unopposed, and that is taking place tonight as well. Chris Paul, there are some other folks picked up petitions. No one turned a petition back in except for Chris Paul. So Chris gets 1 vote, and he's in tonight
Well,
for that
I'm
county
going
commission
to
seat.
go on a limb here, and I'm going to call that race for Chris Paul.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call that one. Speaking of calling the race, we ran a poll, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Very, very unscientific, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got some results that I think we should go over with everybody.
Okay, let's get to the House of Representatives. This is District 2. Tim Burchett is the incumbent there. He's opposed by Jane George. Burchett, out of almost 1,200 responses, gets 91% of the vote here in Campbell County on our mock poll. In District 3, it's Chuck Fleischman, the incumbent.
Yes. I do want to jump back and say
Sure.
we've also got a write-in, and I want to mention it while his mother's here. Zeke Snodderly was a write-in against Dennis Powers. So, Zeke's getting his name out there. I hear he's going to run at some point. But we'll get back to the seriousness here. Yes, we did have Chuck Fleischman, who I believe just ran away with our poll.
Well,
He actually ended up with about 87% of that vote.
Yeah, pretty impressive. His opponent is Jack Allen, the Democrat. Of course, there are other names on the ballot, but we're taking the Democrat and Republican here to kind of keep it simple, I guess. In Tennessee Senate District 12, Ken Yeager with opposition for the first time in a couple of races.
Yes, and again, in our poll, he came away with 90% of that vote, Jim.
Pretty healthy. Charles Hudson II, not our Charles
No, right,
Hudson
not
here
our
at
Charlie.
WLAF. Some folks, I think, thought that was Charlie on the ballot. He did get a few votes.
That could have been why. They may have
Because
thought
of-
it was our Charlie.
Yeah, because of being WLAF's Charlie Hudson. The 36th District State Representative, Dennis Powers, 888 votes there, or participants, 94.3%. Not bad for somebody being unopposed.
Well, we got to give it to him. We'll call that race right now, too. How's that?
I think Eric Jones may have taken 100% in his vote in the Carrollville race. The mayor responses for the town of Carrollville, of course, David Chambers, the only person on the ballot, and we hope to have him visiting with us tonight.
However, you got a write-in vote.
Oh, in Carrollville.
You did.
Okay.
In Carrollville, you got
All
a
right.
write-in vote for me.
Okay.
I don't think you can. You don't live down there, so.
I pass through on occasion. And if you want to go through, we did have one opposed race in the Carrollville, on the Carrollville ticket.
That would be Pat Russell Donahue and Laura Ellison Ridner. And that one's close. Laura coming away with 47% and Pat coming away with 52%. Again, this is our mock poll. These are not real results if you're just tuning in.
200 ballots cast in the Alderman Ward 2 race. So we were talking about Eric Jones unopposed, and Eric has a big blue circle, all 100% there for him.
It was completely solid.
Yes.
And of course, in Ward 3, you've got Lloyd Lawson walking away with 97.2% of that vote, another big blue circle.
Pretty healthy. And I guess the heated contest, mayor for La Follette, 1,250 responses to that portion of the election, and a tight race between Johnny Burge and Scott Kitts. Burge with 47.3% of the circle there, the pie, 44.3% for Scott Kitts, and then 7% for Philip Farmer. So we'll see how true that holds tonight. It certainly will be, I think, close, but we'll see how that shakes out.
And of course, we've got again that council member race. There's 6 of them, and there's a lot there. We've got a lot to get to tonight. So if you guys want to see how that one shook out, please visit our website. But I can tell you, it was tight, and then it wasn't tight in that race.
Mike Evans coming out the front runner in that one, and 1,293 responses to that race, with Evans leading the way, followed by Mark Hoskins, and then behind Hoskins, Tyler DeMont, and then it is Johnny McDonald, followed by Wayne Kitts, and then Jimmy Marlowe is finishing up in the last spot there of those 6. Jay Mitz getting one write-in vote. Way to go, Jay. And a big question on the ballot, the retail package store referendum.
Yes, that was something that kind of came up late. I think it was a surprise for a lot of people, but it did end up on there, and it's 51 to 48%.
Go ahead.
50. I'm in black and white, so I'm going to need you to let you break that one down. I've got the black and white stuff. That's going to be 48.9% to permit package stores in La Follette, and 51.1 to not. I'm sorry, to permit, and 48. See, I'm going to let you do this one. I got all confused because I had black and white and you gave me color.
Okay. The question is to permit retail package stores to sell alcoholic beverages in the city of La Follette, and to permit 48.9%, not to permit retail package stores to sell alcoholic beverages in the city of La Follette, 51.1%, and we'll see how tight that is. This is a race, or this is a mock poll, 1,105 responses. That was not really close a few weeks ago, and it tightened up here the last probably week and a half, and then the number is switched a little bit with the not to permit taking the advantage there at 51.1%, and hopefully that's not too confusing. A portion of Rocky Top is in Campbell County.
Very small portion. I believe that's down around Vasper.
It is. That is down that way. Keith Daniels is the only person on the ballot there. Keith with 98.7% of the polling there. And now we go to our presidential mock poll from WLAF. And if you'd like to share those numbers with us, please.
That's going to be Donald Trump and J.D. Vance at 90.7% of the votes that were cast in our mock poll. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz with a very small section on there. And we've also had some others named, J. Bowman, Claudia De La Cruz, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., even though he officially withdrew from the race, he was still on there. And then we had the United States Senate, Marsha Blackburn, Gloria Johnson. Of course, Gloria Johnson making her name as one of the Tennessee Three, going up against Marsha Blackburn. And Marsha coming away in our mock poll with 88% of that vote, Jim.
Okay. And let's see, and that you just went over the Blackburn. I think that we did leave out one race, and I forgot which one that is in the mock poll.
Did we get Tim Burchett and Jane George?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe we got them all.
Okay, very good. And we're still, of course, waiting for the polls to close at 8 o'clock. And folks, if they're still in line, will have a chance to vote. So we may go overtime tonight with regard to the closing of the polls around Campbell County. And we do know that there have been some very, very long lines at several of the voting precincts today. We hope to have some results, maybe early voting, not long after 8 o'clock. We invite you to stay connected. We're going to step away for just a moment and continue here on WLAF, Election Coverage 2024.
You're tuned in to Election Coverage 2024, presented by WLAF and Blue Hippo Car Wash. Your programming continues in just a moment. This is Election Coverage 2024. Brought to you by WLAF and proudly presented by the new Blue Hippo Car Wash in La Follette. Stay tuned for up-to-the-minute results, expert analysis, and a look at how our local elections are shaping the future. Join us for every update right here on WLAF. Stay tuned.
We're glad you're along tonight, and we'll be getting some members hopefully here not long after 8 o'clock. Another special presentation from State Representative Dennis Powers. This is for a special WLAF behind-the-scenes person who is going to remain behind the scenes during this presentation. Dennis, share with us what you have.
Sure. Thank you, Jim. And once again, we have a presentation for Charlie Hudson that you know very well with WLAF here. And he was in school the same time we were, so we've known him a very long time, and we appreciate him. And but this is a long time coming. It's actually about a year old that Senator Yeager and I got together and did this resolution for him. But it was on his retirement from the 911 Central Dispatch, and Charlie put in many years there, and we really appreciate his service. And we were talking about a life-saving event. And I'm sure he was on the front end of many of those with people calling in with emergencies. And so we appreciate everything he did and just wanted to honor him upon his retirement. So I have this presentation here signed by Governor Lee, and I will be giving it to Charlie in just a few minutes.
Okay, off camera. Charlie wants to stay behind the scenes tonight. You'll see a lot of his photos on 1450WLAF.com. tomorrow.
Yes.
It is Election Coverage 2024. Dennis, thank you here on WLAF. Robbie Goins will be joining us here momentarily as we continue working our way toward numbers for you tonight. We hope to have a visit from David Chambers. He said he's going to be here, but maybe a few minutes later than planned here on Election Coverage 2024.
Well, we do have a long night ahead of us. There,
Well,
I went
let's
ahead
hope
and
it's-
said it, hoping
let's-
they'll jinx us in the other
Let's
direction.
hope it's not that long of a night tonight, but we're going to stay with you. We've got all the precincts in and at least have an idea of how the presidential race shapes up in Campbell County and of course, those Senate seats as well.
And we do have people stationed at those local precincts for
Mm-hmm.
La Follette, so that we're going to be able to get those results pretty quick, we hope.
We hope so, and again, depending on early voting, almost 9,000 early votes cast. So, and as basically in true form, as early voting is gone, so as the election, I think there may be one or two races that candidates did not win in early voting, but wound up winning the election overall.
And we could have more of those surprises tonight. You know, talking about early voting with so many, I don't think we've ever had that many early votes. So we might be waiting for those numbers a little longer than we usually do.
Well, we may, and I guess I've always questioned over the years, why do we get that first? Same with absentees back in the day. It is Election Coverage 2024. We'll be visiting with Mallory Rosenfeld.
Yes.
Administrator of Elections, maybe before 8 o'clock, when she gets just a moment to give us an idea of how things have gone today. And I take it by her not calling already, it's quite hectic for her.
That's what I would think too.
Maybe more so than usual. WLAF here, glad you're along tonight. The Blue Hippo Car Wash, exclusively bringing you tonight's coverage here on WLAF. And we are glad you're along. And we have talked about all the candidates. We're thinking that we'll see some very tight races, not only in La Follette, but certainly across the state and nationally. That'll be interesting to see how everything shapes up. As my buddy Tom Robard says, this could be interesting once everything is finalized here tonight.
I believe it will be. Would this be a good time to invite the candidates to come by after the races are over?
I think it would be, yes, to come by tonight. We've talked to some folks already who will be here tonight. Win, lose, or draw on WLAF. We're going to step away and take a short break here, and we'll be back with more on Election Coverage 2024 on WLAF.
You're tuned in to Election Coverage 2024. presented by WLAF and Blue Hippo Car Wash. Your programming continues in just a moment. This is Election Coverage 2024. Brought to you by WLAF and proudly presented by the new Blue Hippo Car Wash in La Follette. Stay tuned for up-to-the-minute results, expert analysis, and a look at how our local elections are shaping the future. Join us for every update right here on WLAF. Stay tuned.
It is Election Coverage 2024 on WLAF. If you have followed us previously, you have seen our studio. It looks a whole lot different tonight. Michael Riley has come in and just revamped everything for us. And Michael, thank you for an outstanding job. And he did this probably in the course of maybe about 2 weeks, a very tedious job, and did a great job. And of course, Nancy Bright always touches everything up.
She does. Michael did a great job with the set design. Nancy came in, did a great job with the set decoration. I don't know what we would have done without them, but we do appreciate the work, especially Michael coming in and doing this so quickly for us.
Outstanding. And we do have more special presentations tonight. The first of 3 have been made, and Dennis Powers, our state representative, running unopposed, is here to present our 3rd presentation tonight. Dennis?
All right, thank you, Jim, and glad to be back and have another life-saving event, and very honored to have Robert and Deborah Dial here. A buddy of mine in the legislature, Justin Lafferty, contacted me and let me know that he was on the plane with these two from La Follette, and I thought, I know them, and I've known them for a long time, and I know Deborah actually worked with Governor Haslam some too, and knows him real well, so we're glad to have him. There was a life-saving event. They called for emergency personnel on their way to Florida on the plane, and Robert came to. He works in emergency services, and he came to show what he could do, and was able to keep the person alive, and hopefully he's still living today. But he was when they got off the plane when they landed in Florida, and so we wanted to recognize him for that historic event and for being there and stepping up when somebody needed him in that situation. And Robert, we're glad to have you and Deborah here tonight. Thank you for what you did, and thank you for coming up tonight. We're honored to have you. And Justin framed this for you. As you can see on the last presentation, I was too cheap to frame mine, but my buddy Justin Lafferty had this one framed, and these are not cheap. So he was really proud of you all, and glad to meet you both, and talked a lot about you and what you did. But anything that you want to comment on or say, we appreciate you coming by, though, and thank you all for everything that you did. Yeah, thank you for doing that and for saving a life. I know it's something you'll never forget. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Dennis, Robert, Deborah, thank you. Wow, how special is this?
Two life-saving events honored tonight. What are the chances?
County.
From Campbell County.
Yeah, something special. Let's get to a break for our friends at the Blue Hippo Car Wash, and when we return. Maybe some numbers for you, and maybe even a visit from Mayor-elect David Chambers at the town of Carroll, right here on WLAF. Stay connected.
Shiny cars and shiny wheels, that's what we want around town. All right, Campbell County, welcome to Blue Hippo Car Wash. We're a family business here, and we built here in Campbell County because we moved down here to Tennessee 4 years ago, and we were tired of our dirty vehicles. So this led us to thinking about building one of our signature car washes in this area, not only to help ourselves, but to help you guys as a community drive a clean, shiny vehicle. I'm here today with my brother, Troy. We've been in the business for 25 years building these Blue Hippos all over the United States, and we're really excited to get you guys to come down and see this wash once we're open here in the very near future. Troy, we want to tell them a little bit about our belt technology that we use here in the tunnel and how it's safe for everyone.
So the most important part is just making sure that your car is in a safe condition. So when you pull up to this belt, you're going to notice it's quite unique to a tunnel is there's nothing on the floor. So what it is kind of like a floating floor at your airport. Actually, everything underneath the car is going to move, and there's going to be nothing surrounding you. So the vehicle is safe. We don't have to worry about low-profile tires. We can even accept dualies. So it's just a very safe configuration for your vehicle. Travis and I, since the very beginning of car washing, our number one priority is making sure your vehicle is in its safest possible condition it could be to go through that wash, and at the same time provide you with a wash that you're going to be really happy about and exceed your expectations.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our washes are very safe, but also easy to use. So for the elderly community and people that are very uncomfortable in these type of washes, our environment is very easy, slow, real nice, easy turn ins and outs, easy loading, very simple process from in and out. It's very easy for everyone. We also offer the largest tunnel in the area. It's 145 foot of washing. This gives us the ability to do all kinds of things. We have a VFD controlled wash system that controls the pressure against your vehicle. It controls how much chemical goes on. It controls how the car dries. We have a buff and shine at the back of the tunnel that when the car's done being dried, that actually finishes it and gets all the water off the vehicle. And also we have turtle wax products, which are the top of the line in the industry. We do not spare any expense in our wash process. We're here to clean the car better than anybody in the area and to make sure that all our customers are very, very happy. The ceramic application goes on. It protects your vehicle from the sun and the elements in the wintertime, the sodium chloride, the salt that goes on the road. It protects it from rust and corrosion. And it's just a great total package from start to finish. Biggest thing that we've got, Troy, to talk about here today is the memberships that we have. So tell everybody here in Campbell County about joining the membership club here at Hippo.
Yeah, what's unique here is like Travis said there. So it's literally going to be a monthly fee, just like when you go to your gym membership. So it's going to be $19.99. It's going to be your intro wash package. You're going to be able to wash once a day every day. So you can make sure that car stays clean and keep Campbell County looking, 100%, looking like a 10. So.
Yep, shiny cars and shiny wheels. That's what we want around town. Also, too, we offer fleet wash packages. These fleet wash packages, we partner with local businesses. So if you have a fleet, we go ahead and take care of you that. We get you one monthly fee for your fleet. We also do a bunch of fundraising opportunities with school systems and schools, churches, all around the community. If you want to have a fundraiser with Blue Hippo, we can provide you a way to make some money for your organizations. We're here for the community. We're here to be a great part of this community, and we really look forward to you guys coming down and experiencing this great car wash here at Blue Hippo.
This is Election Coverage 2024. Brought to you by WLAF and proudly presented by the new Blue Hippo Car Wash in La Follette. Stay tuned for up-to-the-minute results, expert analysis, and a look at how our local elections are shaping the future. Join us for every update right here on WLAF. Stay tuned.
Election Coverage 2024 on WLAF. Jim Freeman along with Dennis Powers, one of our special guests tonight. And Dennis, we're understanding that we may be here a while tonight. Polls not closed yet. We're after 8 o'clock already.
Yeah, it may be a long time. It'll be like one of the presidential. We won't find out for a day or two, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if I could stay awake that long or not. So polls have not closed across Campbell County just yet. Almost 9,000 early votes. And you think with that many early votes that it might have been a breeze today, but not so.
That's what I thought. I thought with all the early voting that everybody would probably be, done and through by 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. But apparently that's not the case.
Yeah, not so. Hey, we're going to toss it across the studio to Susan Sharp with another special guest here at WLAF. Susan?
Thank you, Jim. I am here tonight with former Sheriff Robbie Goins. Robbie, how are you?
I'm great, doing good.
We appreciate you joining us. It looks like you and Dennis might be joining our field of analysts here to talk
That's
about races.
good. I like it. Yeah.
So tell me, did you early vote or did you vote today?
Today at the Armory,
How were the lines?
it was packed. People were parked on the side of the road. They were lined out the parking lot. The most I've seen out there.
Well, my experience was I early voted. I went on a Tuesday morning, got there
Yeah.
early, and was actually number 3 in line. I had a friend who went on the Friday before. She got there about 8:30, sat in the warmth of her car, and was the first one to vote. So we have seen so much interest in this race. We have another one coming up in 2 years for all these county offices. Are you hearing anything about that?
It is shocking how many people is already talking to me about the election coming up in 2 years. And if you look at the turnouts, like on the last one, property assessor, good turnout. Today, early voting, and we got people already talking about the one coming up in 2 years. And I'm glad. I'm glad to see these people out here voting. I mean, it's what you should do. And sometimes we have bigger elections, smaller. But I think we're going to have. I'm predicting we'll have over 9,000 people coming up in the next 2 years to come out and vote. I think, in my opinion.
Well, I think it would be great, and you referenced the August election. That was an off-year election,
Yeah.
and you usually don't see the turnout that we saw.
No, and you look at that election as maybe. People say it is a smaller election, but it's important.
Very important.
They're all important. But look what we had in that election. And today shows you, there's people out everywhere. I had a buddy of mine tell me that it looked like the first of the month coming through La Folle, and that's good.
That's good, right.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Well, I'll tell you what I've noticed. I think our younger generation is getting more involved in politics.
They are.
We have 2 boys, 20 and 23. They both voted. They've both had a lot of interest in this election. So I think we do have a whole generation of people coming on that are interested. They're not going to be apathetic about the country
No.
or the county.
No, they're not going to sit back. They're going to voice their opinion, and they should.
They should.
And if somebody's not doing their job, it's up to us to make moves and make things happen. And I'm proud that people are showing up and doing this. It's what we strive for. With the years that I ran, that's what you wanted. And sometimes
Exactly.
you had it, sometimes you didn't.
Well, I think do we have Mallory on the phone? Mallory Rosenthal was going
Okay.
to call in for us. So, but until then, but I am glad that we had early voting, one of the largest that they have had in a long time. Lines down to the courthouse. They were encouraging people, stay in line.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Because,
Yeah.
we had a lot of older folks. And they were just saying, stay in line, cast your vote. I'm glad people have done that.
Tam also, yeah.
Do we have Mallory?
We have Ken Yeager.
Oh, Ken Yeager already.
State Senator Ken Yeager. And State Senator Ken Yeager joins us tonight. And Senator, congratulations on a great night tonight. Great campaign you've run.
Yes, we have, and thank you. I've enjoyed every day of it. It's good to get out and see the people. We're, like you, ready to count the votes. The polls are closing. Well, they're closed probably in the last few moments. And so we're waiting for the vote to come in. I started my day in Campbell County. I had breakfast with longtime friends and supporters there at Katie's in La Follette. Best breakfast in town. And then we visited several wards in the county and got out and spoke to the workers and a few voters because we certainly wanted to observe the 100-foot boundary. But it was a great morning in Campbell County. I don't know of a better place to start than Campbell County because, as I've told you before, for Melinda and me, Campbell County is our second home. We love Campbell County.
Well, I think Campbell County loves you as well, State Senator Ken Yeager. And Glad you started off in La Follette today. The polls in Campbell County actually have not closed. They are still open. People are still in line here. What are some of your thoughts about the turnout this season?
I have really been pleased with it. We've exceeded all records in the early voting, so I'm not surprised that the lines are still there. And when I said the polls are closing, they won't close till the last person in line is served.
Sure.
And there were long lines today when I was in some of the precincts this morning. We'll just be patient, stay in line, and so your vote will count.
You have been a long-serving servant for Roane County and now the District 12 here, including Campbell County. How many years? Are we going on 40, 41 years of public service for you as the county mayor?
I haven't counted, but this will be my fifth term in the Senate. I would say we're probably upwards in the upper 40s of service as a school teacher in the classroom, then as a county executive in Roane County, then as a state senator. I'm getting close to 50 years, and I have enjoyed every day of it. It's I have absolutely the best district in the state. You've heard me say before, Jim, that I have 9 of the finest counties in the Upper Cumberland and East Tennessee, and Campbell County is certainly one of those.
And you have the most counties of any senator in the state. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, the largest district. Oh my goodness, yes. After the last redistricting, I picked up Middle Tennessee, and they're wonderful counties, but it is a long drive. For example, when I get to the westernmost part of my district, that probably takes about 2 hours, but it's worth the drive, just like Campbell County is.
A lot of shoe leather this summer and the spring. And what kind of mileage did you put on your truck this campaign season?
Oh gosh, in the primary we put 15,000 miles on the county. On my vehicle, and in the general election, we probably put about 5,000. So 20,000 miles this election we've put. Great. I haven't seen the numbers yet, but we have probably made 300 events in the district in just the last few months.
My goodness. We're visiting with State Senator Ken Yeager, and of course, a busy season for you this year. What are your thoughts about the turnout today, seeing that kind of enthusiasm, people being interested in voting, you being in politics all these years? That has to warm your heart.
It does indeed. This is the highest turnout that I can recall in recent memory. Most of the counties in my district came close or exceeded 50% of the total vote in the early voting. And the voting today the lines were long in Campbell County, for example, where I was this morning. And so I fully expect us to